Okay, continuing where we left off. Ignore the last part on the stencil that we used. I want you to create a new paint layer, and we're going to keep the color, roughness, and height up. So we're going to change the color to black, the roughness to 0, and the height all the way to 1. And then you're going to find this, let's try drops medium. And you can see that when you do that, it does this. Click it a few times, it'll kind of add a little extra. If we increase the hardness of it, you'll see that it'll just put it right on there. So let's go ahead and do that. But then let's come in here and set with the brush settings, a size jitter. Kind of paint around there. Maybe even pull the size down. You can kind of fine tune this a little bit. You can even adjust the spacing so it comes out more. Now it looks like it's oily. And because we have the height map up, it also kind of looks like it's pushing out a little. Um, let's do the same thing. Let's do a fingerprint. So we're going to go ahead and create a new layer, paint layer. And let's just have this one be the roughness. And we'll have it be super rough. So let's look up fingerprint and just slap that on there. See if we can see anything actually happening here. It's pretty subtle. You can barely see it, but you can kind of see that there's like some fingerprints right there. Um, Let me make sure that the hardness on this is all the way up. You can't really see it on this side. Let's go ahead and try taking the roughness all the way down, make it shiny. So see what that looks like. Okay, now you can see it. It's like somebody got some greasy fingerprints all over it. Let me turn that hardness down a little bit, make this brush a little bit bigger. So now we got some shiny fingerprints right there. And I think usually fingerprints are going to be like more rough on like shiny surfaces. So like on this area where it's a little bit more shiny, we could take the roughness up and stick it on there. And then again, when you turn the light, you should be able to see that there's like just a little hint of fingerprints on certain areas. It's kind of subtle though. Let's also maybe add some scratches. So here we got the scratches, so we can do the same thing. We can go in here. And maybe for this one, we'll just turn on the height and we'll like pull it in. So let me pull that size down. And you can see that we just kind of created these. Oh, I think my jitter is still up. Let's turn that down. And then you end up with that. And that's probably why I always having problems with the handprint too. So we got some of the scratches on here. So whatever you can, imagine, you can add by doing that. Um, this height map, it may not come done real. You might have to use normals instead. So we'll kind of get to that later. But if you look up normals on here and you set your filter to show all, you can see that there's these guys as well. So they work a little bit differently than a height map. But let's try putting one of these on here. So we'll create a new layer. We'll set this one just to normal. And we'll drag this over here. And for our brush, we're not going to use that alpha anymore. Let me just turn it off. Wherever I draw now, it should add whatever has been set as our normal. So let's put a plus here in the back. There we go. And you can even do things like screws. Oh, but you'd have to set that back over here. And it probably won't work on other layers because we're just working on the head right now. All right. Let's go ahead and go down to the base right here. And we're going to choose a smart material. And let's go ahead and go with this bronze corroded. And then we're going to put this bronze shiny on top of it. So here we have a mask that's going to be kind of determining where this goes. So we already have, let's add a white mask to it. And that's going to be right here. So remember, white shows, black hides. So if we look up our masks now, do smart masks, and let's have it be so that you can see it everywhere, the bronze armor, except for on the cracks. So I'll do something like this and drag that over here to the mask. And now you can see that in the areas where there's no cracks, you don't see the tarnishing. And we can even come in and edit this further. If you click on the mask, you can actually go in and you can adjust right here, mask editor. Blur it. You can set the balance and the amount of contrast. Maybe something like that. That looks pretty cool. So you got this nice shiny area with all this like corrosion sit on top of it. Now maybe inside these cracks, we want it to be even grosser. So let me go ahead and, oops. Let me go ahead and look up here, show all. Let me just type in dirt. And I don't really see anything dirty. Let's see if mud is on here. There's some mud right there. Throw that on. And then I'm going to come into the parameters of this mud. Just make it darker. And then I'm going to add my mask to it. Let's add a black mask. And then when we go into our smart masks, we'll just put this in the cracks. So dirt cavities right here on the mask. Now you end up with that. You got corrosion, you got dirt. I feel like this dirt is too shiny. So I'm going to just roughen it up a little bit. Come into the layer itself. Go down to the roughness. Oh, dryness. So if we bring the dryness up, that should kind of roughen it up a little. And put some pebbles in it if you want. Make them rougher. We turn this terrain variation down. Make that rougher. And that'll kind of randomize it if you want to try different variations. Yeah. And we could even go into our mask editor and adjust how that's going to work. Add some more grunge to it. Level back. And there we go.